50 activist groups coming together for one cause.
We have come out in our hundreds today to disrupt Land Forces. Land Forces is Australia's biggest weapons expo. It is taking place right here at the Melbourne Exhibition Centre. We have seen already many delegates coming through. We want to make it uncomfortable for these delegates to go inside, to make million-dollar contracts, to buy more weapons or sell weapons that are going to be used to commit genocide.
It's a message of solidarity with Palestinians in Gaza that's echoed nationwide, driving thousands of people onto the streets week after week for nearly a year.
The appalling images that emerge from Gaza, and to some extent also from the West Bank, that is becoming very disconcerting and frustrating and disheartening for many people in Australia.
Longevity has been a hallmark of the demonstrations here, the killing of tens of thousands of Palestinians in Gaza broadcast online, igniting the fury of activists.
When the first hospital got bombed and some of those images were hitting the mainstream media, I just couldn't not do anything.
Education, a vital aspect of the movement, with demonstrators holding teach-ins and forums detailing the history of the conflict.
Well, it's mainly about the children. Obviously, the fatalities in Gaza we're seeing at 16,500, so it's about the children, the bombing, the murder of children.
For others, their decision to act deeply personal.
I'm a fifth-generation Palestinian refugee. My ancestry goes back to Palestine hundreds of years. Finally, the world is seeing us for who we are. We're human beings. We all bleed the same blood.
A poll of more than 1,000 Australians commissioned by humanitarian organisations found that the number of people in favour of a ceasefire in Australia has increased by almost 30% since November last year to 81%, while more than half say they want stronger action from the government to achieve this. Protesters have vowed not to rest until their demands are met, with ongoing demonstrations intensifying pressure on the Australian government to act, and some of their messages are getting through. This week, the Foreign Minister called on Israel to accept the UN Security Council-backed ceasefire deal in Gaza.
We have the right to demonstrate!
But protesters say that's not enough. As the civilian death toll in Gaza rises, so too does the passion of those here supporting the Palestinian cause. Danielle Robertson, Al Jazeera, Melbourne.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.